welcome to the podcast. It's in your ear like Marcus Bell. It's the Rogue Sun podcast featuring the ones and onlys. Well, it's Matt, Charlie, and Bash here talking about the greatest the Massiverse has to offer. Charlie, how's it going?
Doing really well. Finally keeping cool. It's a long weekend here in Canada Day weekend, so that's exciting. Been heat waves all week long. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's kind of been everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of sucked. Just got back from 28 years later. It's like my third time watching the movie. Just absolutely love that movie. It's a blast, and just got my fan expo tickets. So excited for that. There's no Massiverse people except David LaFuente's going. Radiant
Oh,
Red gonna go see him. I saw Jim Lee's going, and like Jeff Loeb and like a bunch of big guys. So I'm sure that line's gonna be crazy long. I saw Mike Tyson just signed up today, so that kind of made me
Dang.
laugh. Yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, no, it's going good. Can't wait to get into this issue. It was a great one. So, and yeah, we got an AI bash today. We were able to program his voice and get everything going. So, how are you doing, AI bash?
Yes, quite good. No, but yeah, it's been some like fun couple of weeks. Like Charlie said, it's been warm, a lot of heat waves. Got a chance to swim on those few days, but my God, it like still got cooked. But yeah, it's been nice now. Like last 2 days, it's been better. It's still warm though, but better. And yeah, I went to a couple of Comic Cons as well, and then the next one that I'm gonna vendor at, but they're all smaller ones, but they're still great. The next
Any
one I'm gonna
highlights?
vendor at, I got some really cool, some really cool books, but I got some good original art as well, including
Nice.
one that's a Guy Gardner page, and then one that's a Legion superheroes page. And they're both, I think, great pages. They have a lot of good shots of the character, like big ones.
Sweet. I'll have to send those in
nice.
the group chat. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some good books as well. Some really like unexpected finds, and then met some cool people. Got I guess we can say he's not gonna listen to the episode, but got Ali for his birthday because it was like June 3rd, so we were a little bit late on it, but got him like the Spider-Man treasury, and then Nick Bradshaw, the artist, was at the convention, so I got him to sign it,
Nice.
and I'm gonna send it to
Nice.
him. So I'm
The
sure he'll
one
dig it.
you're doing the vendoring at, is that one in Dartmouth in the church?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
next,
a cool
next,
spot. Is Jed going to be there
yeah.
again?
I think so, and it's gonna be September in order to do that again. So I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to that one.
Awesome.
And
And
Halcon's not going to hear it, but they don't get Jed McKay for our local con, and Jed's writing like, if you read Marvel comics, modern Marvel, Jed McKay. So it's like, I don't know why,
yeah,
but whatever.
yeah, even like Ed Brisson and people like that, they won't get them. And I don't know why. I feel like Halcon is just generally more of a pop culture fan, focus more
Yeah.
on like the kids stuff. Good stuff for them, but yeah, for me, I'd rather Well, I don't even know who the guests are this year, to be honest.
Also, the
Uh,
mascot's like a weird tower thing when it could just be like a falcon, the Halcon Falcon. Like, weird.
yeah,
But
the
whatever. I just love
Citadel
that.
Hail thing, yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah,
funny.
whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways, we got a great issue this week. This is kind of a return to form for me. I've been like okay on these last few issues, but now I think we got a nice little twist. It's kind of mirroring the recent Radiant Black, where I'm like, all right, I'm kind of all in again.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. Yeah, 100. Yeah, this was a really good one. And actually, before we go into this, I just had a quick question. We've been getting lots of Noxious, all that is kind of his arc here. Where is he for you guys? Kind of just like in your villain
Dude,
tier
they
kind of.
they introduced two more villains in this issue, but they only
Yeah, I
mentioned
know
them.
it's
I
yeah, it's
was literally
crazy.
laughing. I
It is
laughed
it
so
is crazy.
hard.
Like we've had so many,
Yeah.
but he's definitely been getting a big spotlight. So he's like he's
He's
up
pretty
there for
cool.
me, but he's not like
Yeah.
right at the top. But did this issue like learning more about his backstory like escalate that for you guys? Like is he right up
Yeah.
there for you guys?
Feels like a tragic like Gotham villain to me. So I
Okay.
think for that reason he gets a lot of points in the sense that it's like it reminds me of like something like a Man Bat or Mr. Freeze in the modern age where it's like they have this weird transformation kind of thing, obviously from Morningstar, but the visual is amazing, and
Mhm.
the backstory itself is more of a tragedy. So it's like you can't help but feel for them, even if what they're doing isn't necessarily right. You kind of feel like you want them to get their own as well. They want them to get what they're after. So I think it's a really good villain, and I thought the minor spoilers. I won't say what happened, but I thought the end of the issue was a very interesting twist on the whole like take with Noxious and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be spoiling the full issue, so definitely pick up this series. You want to see more? I definitely want to. I think Noxious is around B tier for me. He's getting up there. I'm
Yeah.
glad it wasn't like Powerplex where like he's responsible. Like he thinks like I don't know the smoke or something from Rogue Sun's fire like caused the cancer or whatever. But I think it was pretty cool. I well not that well as cool as someone dying can be. Like I thought it was.
It's
You
like
know
the
it was.
city of New Orleans bans Rogue Sun because of
Yeah,
secondhand smoke.
yeah,
It's
right.
just like everywhere.
You never know. Feel free to use that in the book. But I felt, and there's a lot of shades of gray now. We're fighting against the billionaires where it's like, okay, you couldn't get what's the point of insurance and stuff like that or whatever if you're not going to cover these things or get the surgeries when we need them. And the problems, get worse from there. So we'll talk about it. But honestly, this adds a lot of shades of gray, like a lot of the best stories have. So I'm digging it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay, let's dive in here. I'll just quickly do some credits here, and then we'll dive in. So we got the usual Ryan Parrott, Nick Cotton on the writers. We got Abel and Bruno Frenda, uh, continuing their awesome duo for sure. Natalia Marquez colorist, Becca Carey on letters, Stefano Simeone, and Marcelo Costa on covers. We get
That's cool.
another
The cover.
we get another retro cover, and these covers actually this week were freaking awesome. Like this was definitely one of my favorite Stefano
Yes.
covers, and this one especially, killed it. Did you get this one, Bash? Did you pick this one up?
No, I had a bid on it yesterday. It's one of bid me.
Oh,
I feel like I'll get it eventually because they're starting to pop up a little bit more. The Rogue Sun ones are hot, but they're not as hot as the Radiant Black ones. So I feel like I'll get it eventually, but I haven't gotten it yet. I didn't pre-order this one either because I was like, it's so expensive to pre-order them. So, but I don't know if you
yeah.
guys noticed. First of all, thank you to the Massiverse team because to me it means a lot. But when we talked about the solicit for the new issue of Radiant Black on our social media, make sure you follow us at the Radiant Black Podcast pretty much everywhere. Radiant Black Pod. We showed the newest issues for Radiant Black to solicit, including the cover for cover A and the ratio by Tony Fleeks and Trish Forstner, the
Yeah.
creative team behind Stray Dogs and Feral. So they did a cool homage to Stray Dogs for a Radiant Black cover called Radiant Black, and it's like a radiant black dog. It's pretty cool, chasing a bone. So the reason I bring that up is I just think like there's a lot of good ratios coming up, and you just have to prioritize like which ones you're gonna get. And between pre-ordering those, I've just been focusing on the Radiant Black ones, but I still want to get the Rogue Sun ones, and I've gotten the last two. But and this is the most important thing: that ratio for the Radiant Black ratio, it's a 1 in 20. So what we've been saying, at least solicited based on the lunar. So what we've been saying, the advice we've been giving, it seems they took it, which I'm really happy because I think that's a good middle ground between like 20 copies is a very reasonable ratio for an indie comic this deep into a series. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of stores will push for that extra, but 25 is just a little bit much. So for me personally, that's going to make a big difference for me. It'll make it much more, um,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Feasible.
yeah, feasible exactly to get the future incentives. So now, if Rogue Sun follows suit, I'll probably be able to get the Rogue Sun ones as well,
Yeah.
to be honest.
The
Yeah.
squeaky
So
wheel avoids the grease. And also, these are great alternate covers that'll have a more of a chance to be on the shelf and to see the eyes of other, to meet the eyes of other potential comic buyers who might want to grab. They're like, oh, that's cool. These guys are referencing Days of Futures Past. Let's see what this book's about.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
haven't shown the 29 one either. Even though FOC is like right now, they haven't shown the cover for 29. So I'm very curious like what that one's gonna be.
And this might has Marcelo ever drawn Dylan before? I'm just trying to think.
Uh,
I don't believe he has. I could be wrong. You can correct me. But yeah, he looks really good here, and I like the two Rogue Suns helmets, like how they look so
yeah,
different, kind of
I
in
think Ori
the
also looks
box.
great.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that one.
they
Did you guys notice? Like it's super subtle, but I meant to say this last issue, but I
The
didn't make
blue?
it. It's the purple on her
Oh,
suit.
yeah, the purple. Yeah.
And like to
yeah,
distinguish them. It's I think
yeah.
it's
Me and
like
Ali
the
were
best
talking
thing
about
they've
that.
done. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
makes a
really made it.
huge difference.
They made
Mhm.
it stand out last issue. I actually didn't
Yeah.
notice it much more in this issue. They kind of went back to similar colors, but yeah, it always kind of has that purple shade, which is
Helps
a
so much
good touch.
more.
I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and it's like I feel like maybe it'd be cool if because like Caleb kind of wears a similar bold color. It'd be cool if maybe over time, as his influence sways her more towards his side, it would turn more and more purple to reflect her changing. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like in the Star Wars, like the dark side shit.
That'd be cool.
Like,
Yeah.
like the meters and stuff.
I
Yeah.
like this
Anyway,
that Marcus is rocking too later on in the issue too. That was sweet.
Hell yeah.
yeah. And this is great. This is genuinely a great homage cover. Like this is fucking
Yeah.
awesome. And it's like, you know, Invincible did it. Ironically, Invincible's first appearance in the comic, which is before his first appearance in Invincible #1, is Noble Cause's issue 3, cover B on the cover, and the cover is homaging this X-Men cover. So
Yeah.
that's funny. And Invincible is one of the guys in the poster in the background.
Nice.
So,
I like this cover because it's kind of like a cheat sheet for podcasters to remember where all these characters are currently, which is a nice.
So what he's trying to say is we need to do guests. We need to play some of those games, those board games with all the Invincible. The Rogue Sun, Rogues Gallery. It seems.
You know, it'd be sweet with these Rogue Sun products to get like Rogue Sun. Guess Who? We have a Rogues Gallery that's big.
That's
enough.
what I mean. The Guess Who? Yeah, that's what we should do. We
Cool.
can make one. We can make one.
Perfect.
Honestly, we can make one. We should do that. We've talked about it internally about doing that, and now some fucker. If one of you motherfuckers does this on the internet, credit us because all you guys in Reddit, man, all you guys in Reddit, you never credit us.
Yeah,
but
and
we got Brock. We got Brock on this cover too. He's been gone for so long, but even his face is on there too. So that's nice to see. So yeah, I'll just kind of say this
cover A.
Oh yeah, cover A too. Yeah, this one's
insane,
man. Yeah, this might be my favorite Stefano cover.
Miley Cyrus homage.
Like it is.
No, but it's sweet. Like, come on. I joke a lot and might like ruin the impact, but like that's so badass. You can feel the impact of that flaming ball and chain. The weapons never look more badass.
Oh man,
it's so good. I honestly love it. I love the pose and everything. And Stefano's doing a new book with the Ignition Press, this new like comic press company. So I'm excited to see what he's doing over there. Yeah, lots to look forward to.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about this issue, guys. So we pick up. I'll do the blurb real quick. So the first 3 is always the same. Every issue is just the last one that's different. Yeah. So recently, Caleb has returned, leading Aurie to a second Sunstone, one she's used to become a second Rogue Sun, assisting Dylan in the fight against new foe Noxious. Having discovered that Noxious is targeting board members of the Sin Corporation, Dylan and Aurie race to the company's headquarters to try and save CFO Madison Opalton, but they may be too late. So yeah, we pick up last time. The issue ended with Noxious creating that whole trap with the elevator shaft, cutting off the elevator, and then the 2 Rogue Suns, having to save Madison, who's stuck in the elevator. As we can see here, Marcus is a little bit overwhelmed with the situation. He's not really sure if Dylan's the right person to handle this, especially with now with Aurie, involved in the mix. I think he's even more concerned. And those dead bodies are so graphic. Damn. So there's some serious damage already, right?
Oh yeah.
No, we were me and Ali were talking for sure, like about how this is easily the most gruesome villain we've got. Like we've gotten some crazy villains, but like just the skin ripping off their face, it's pretty nasty.
There's a lot of brain rot out there, but we get flesh rot going on. It's fucking 100%.
100%. Never want that. But yeah, and we get 2 new mentions of 2 villains too.
Canvas and Mr. Handsome.
I'm sure we'll see them. Maybe he already took care of them. But that'd be cool to see them.
Do you think Canvas is gonna be like that Daredevil villain that does all the artwork and stuff?
That'd be pretty cool.
Or an homage or something similar. Like that would be perfect in a world that's like free to do whatever. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to see Mr. Handsome. I just feel like that's someone who just
who could that be? Yeah,
maybe
like a plastic surgeon or some shit. It's like imagine like
cool.
that the piggy villain from Batman, but like one that does more with plastic surgery and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that'd be real creepy.
Yeah. No,
looking forward to it.
Very cool.
Just like we got with Alienator.
The whole like falling on the elevator, I thought was a little quick. Like, and I guess a lot of cliffhangers do this, right? Like it's like the end of the world thing, and then it's just like in one page it's solved. But I get it. It is.
We have a lot to do this issue.
Yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, we did have a lot to do this issue. So yeah, Dylan comes down and is able to catch the elevator, and this is where Caleb he's on the elevator just telling Ari and kind of giving her advice to kind of just stay focused and save the civilian and
Yeah,
kind of
and he knows
stay
where they
focused.
are in the elevator. So like, can he like project
Yes.
himself and then see from that angle? I didn't think about it when I was reading it, but I guess that's what he did. Where I was like, how can he have vision that she doesn't? But I guess if he,
Yeah,
go
that
in the
is
portal
true.
and he's not affected by the gas because he's not really there. So that's
He
kind
said,
of
"I'll
cool.
be your eyes." Yeah, that was interesting for sure. So yeah, Ari gets out and kind of goes away, and this is probably we do get one big twist, but this was probably another big. This was another big twist that I don't know if we saw coming
No.
Oh yeah.
necessarily. Is yeah, Caleb here, and he says, "Good work, child," as Ari and Dylan flies away, and we see Marcus standing there listening to Caleb as he says, "I have such plans for your future." Just being, just
Listening
being
to him
kind of a
scheming.
very
Yeah.
classic villain there. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was very interesting. What'd you guys think of that?
Well,
I
the
thought
issue
that was great.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
issue starts off with Marcus's perspective, which we didn't mention. I think that's really cool. I still want an issue of all Marcus with early on how he became Rogue Sun, but that was a cool element. We didn't predict it. That's really sweet to see him finally get to physically fight somebody or what looks like physically fight. And it's cool to see him because like this guy's messing with his kids and he finally actually gets to do something about it directly.
Yeah. I agree. And I thought that was a big moment because, yeah, it's the first time we not only see that they can see each other, but it's the first time that we as readers find out that it's possible for different. I mean, I feel like we felt it in a different context when they're inside the Sunstone, but outside the
Mhm.
Sunstone, I feel like it's completely different
Yeah,
territory. So now that we know,
yeah.
it's like the first time we know for sure that's actually possible. I thought that
Yeah,
was huge.
and
And
later
we
on,
still don't know what what this sunstone is, right? Like
Mhm.
that. I think that's a big part. Like could be a copy. That's why they're able to go. But yeah, I'm very curious on that aspect. But
Well, because there's never been two Rogue Suns, or at least if a similar, a fake one
never.
that we've
Yeah.
seen. So Marcus explains it later on, like, well, I think it's the two stones being together that might, allow
Oh
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
two.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But that's just what he says. But as far as we know, that so far that's the
It could
canon
be.
explanation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very well could be. But yeah, we go back to Noxious here, and he's not doing so well after he flees from the Rogue Sons. It's yeah, pretty. I wouldn't kind of sad here for him, but you do feel for him a little bit where he's really he's struggling here, but he completed his goal where like the woman Madison, like she's melting, she's suffering, like that was the person he was after, but because he didn't get the Rogue Sons, he's getting tortured, and this is where he really learns kind of the true goal to what he's doing, and fully realizes that he really has no
Wait.
control.
This guy's more of a badass by default than literally most of the other Rogue Sons. And I am throwing some shade here because I'm like, look, think about this for a second. I just thought about it. This guy gets set out to take two Rogue Sons out. Not one, two Rogue Sons out at the same time. And this motherfucker Suave couldn't handle one and he's just watching. Like every single
Yeah,
other villain we've had struggled to fight one Rogue Son. This guy gets sent out to take two at the same time.
it's like you suck.
Like,
Dude.
what is this
That's true.
bullshit, bro? It's like, oh, go take out Peter and Miles. It's like, oh, and
Yeah.
don't take the Sinister Six. Just go alone. Like, bro,
This
why?
reminds me of Power Rangers too, when like the villain fails at first and then gets buffed. This isn't a Megazord thing, but you're getting the whatever the Morningstar bug is to eat, and that reflection on the helmet's fucking sick. I love that.
They've been doing that a lot in the issues, but I'm not complaining. It's been so good. Like, that's
Mm.
so good right there. It's so creepy.
It's the reflection on the helmet era for the Massiverse. We have it a lot in Radiant Black,
Yeah.
and Rogue Sun's no
Yeah.
different.
I take that over the bullshit superhero jacket era. I'll tell you that. All the heroes who have jackets no longer have them. Captain Marvel, nope. Supergirl, nope.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, they just did it to tease you. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, is this
I
for toy or?
I think Marvel and DC just got an AC in their offices. That was like up too high. Like everyone should have a jacket.
I'm pretty sure somewhere, sometime right now, Michael just decided someone's getting a jacket. It's like, oh, we're giving Dead Lucky a jacket. She's coming back.
That would be so good.
Maybe
I
Orson will
think
get
that
a
would
cape.
fit with her. That would fit. But yeah, no. And anyways, but yeah, no. This it was interesting seeing this kind of cool, kind of like this. The ones we've seen before, they're just kind of like little bees. Kind
Mm.
of. This is like yeah, a huge kind of moth. Like I don't even know. This thing's really gross, and he eats it. So and yeah, we're kind of a spoiler, but yeah, we don't really see what it fully does yet, but yeah, I'm curious. Have a couple ideas. But yeah, I think that's just something cool to introduce for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I love this. And Suave, it's good seeing him back, kind of being like the one guy. Like he kind of seems like the one guy that's kind of always present,
Yeah.
kind of overlying.
Also kind of
Always
gives
with.
me Darius Noxious kind of vibes, and he even has like the Hex Tech skin or whatever it looks like with chemicals. So probably not inspired
Oh
by
yeah,
League, but it
yeah.
reminds me of that. Yeah, I knew Bashing was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. He
Great.
reminds me of Swain also a little bit in that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
I can see that.
But yeah, also like I do want to say like it is interesting to me that in the next scene, yeah, we're at the hospital and we see that Madison is in a coma and like she's got some serious damage, broken, burns everywhere, and that's where Aurie's really upset and she's like saving barely saving someone isn't enough. We shouldn't cut it, and then she leaves in a hurry, really upset. But that's where Caleb comes. Sorry, not Caleb. Marcus comes in and says, she's not wrong, and immediately he tells Dylan, "I saw Caleb," and he's like, "What do you mean you saw Caleb?" He's like, "The two, maybe the two sons being together. I don't know, but I saw Caleb, and we got to save, Aurie." And I thought it was interesting here because it really shows you. It kind of shows you his hand in a sense because before Marcus never had a sense of urgency. He has, but not like this. Like you could see his concern is so it's like it's deep and he really wants to deal with it right away. So I think now you're starting to see like wow, he actually has always really really cared about Aurie, and it might actually be the reason he gave Dylan the Sunstone is to keep her away from this shit. So yeah, like it's kind of biting him in the ass, but hey man, it's a good story. So
Yeah. Yeah, very true, very true. But yeah, no, that was interesting, and yeah, those were obviously Marcus. He says he's going to save Ari, and yeah, he's off back to go track down Caleb, which is really really cool, and we get some amazing action later. But yeah,
yeah,
first we cut back home. We get Brock back. I don't know the last issue he's been in, but he's here. He gets a couple lines, so it's always cool to see him here. And yeah, Juliet's kind of just questioning Dylan about yoga and kind of why him and Ari have been hanging out so much.
dude, I'm
Which
just saying, if my stepkids were like talking about yoga and were disappearing for hours on end, I would assume they were doing some sexual
Or
shit.
or selling drugs. Also, let's say
Like yeah.
let's head out, Mr. Stretch. I'm like, that's sus.
Yeah,
That sounds like
exactly.
a
That's what
lot
I'm
of fun.
saying.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds like some innuendo, right? Like that
yeah.
sounds like your stepmom. You have two like attractive kids that are fit, and they're both like have superhero complexes. You're telling me that you're not thinking like there might be some something lewd going on.
She's
Like
too busy investing
yeah.
in companies that are fucking over people for the
Or
insurance.
maybe
Like, she doesn't
like
care.
Ori is just that good. Like I could see it that they think Ori is like it's kind of like how Bruce sees like Damian Wayne, where he's just like he trusts Damian to take care of himself. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't need to babysit him because he knows he's good. Maybe Ori's
yeah.
like that. They just like they know she's really smart. It's just like it's
Hmm.
one thing with a teenage boy that's like her relative. It's another thing with like ancient demons from like centuries old. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Unless he's planning on joining Morningstar, I'd leave that all alone. That's all messed up. Also, this might I went on a date with this woman and she literally had Dylan hair, like the exact same, like the orange, which I can't unsee now. Yeah, that happened. Anyways, this was wild. I didn't. It was such a small thing of like, oh, I got to do this charity event, like this little like whatever, and it comes back later. I thought that was really cool to do with
Mhm.
Juliet.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
it later.
that was big. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. That
Yeah.
this was kind of also a cool callback to is Ari. We go to this house and Ari, she's been doing her detective work as we've seen. She's kind of been really into that, and she finds the last known residence of what's his name, Coleman Hines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coleman Hines, and yeah, this is Noxious. So they get in here, and she pulls out.
The
I have
Oculempus.
the Oculempus,
Yeah.
and
That's
yeah,
so cool, by the way. It's like a Court of Owls looking hat almost.
yeah,
It looks like the
Yeah,
Skyrim
yeah,
helmet to me.
yeah.
this this is
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
obviously
really good. That's what it looks like.
the same helmet she
That's Time
wore
Falcon? Oh, no.
when she summoned Demonica for the first time.
Oh,
She
Okay.
was
okay.
she was she was wearing this helmet, and that really makes me wonder like why she was wearing this helmet in the first place. I'm assuming like this was during the time where she took she summoned Demonica to take the Sunstone because she wanted to have her dad back. So maybe she was kind of just looking back at memories of her dad. I don't know if that's kind of a thing or
I love this, man.
there.
We can assume, yeah.
It reminds me of playing Arkham, like the Arkham games where you turn on the detective mode, and you're like reconstructing the crime scenes, and you just watch them. Like it reminded me of that, and I thought it was really cool. I also thought like that image where he puts on the helmet right there. It does look like Skyrim so much now.
Yeah, and his hair
it's
again
so
kind of
cool.
transitions with the fire.
Yeah, the artists are nailing that lately.
Yeah, it's so cool to see him just look different for a second, and it reminded me of the what's his name, Scandinavian rogue son from the Stone.
Yeah,
a few arcs ago. I forget his name.
He's got the horns.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I thought that was awesome. I really liked the coloring effect they did to like kind of blur out. Yeah, to make it look like this is a memory as opposed to great stuff, and the contrast between the colors from like the present to the past. Awesome stuff. I thought it was brutal though. Like I felt he's just like, I can't watch this anymore. It's enough. It was like, stop it. It was like some Black Mirror shit, bro. It was like he's just watching this guy's life fall apart. Yeah.
And he's fully
watching
like
at his worst
he's like,
moments.
I get it. Yeah.
It's like you're watching someone's life hit rock bottom, literally, and he's just like, nah, I can't, enough.
Yeah,
that's good.
A little bit of supernatural Cerebro kind of. It's cool.
And he sees a little bit of that, and he says, "Show me everything." And kind of as he's looking into this, Dylan and Caleb and Marcus, or Caleb's watching, and Marcus, that's when he sneaks up behind, does his attack, and pulls, as it looks like he pulls Caleb kind of into the Sunstone, which is super cool. And we go there right away. Which is amazing, and
it's amazing.
Amazing.
The return of the white armor. What'd you guys think of this?
This page is insane. This page, like you're bouncing between the memories, but then they're fighting. So basically, we'll kind of summarize the next few pages quick. We're bouncing between the memories and the real time. In the real time, obviously, they're fighting inside the Sunstone, and that is Marcus and Caleb fighting, and in the white armor versus the classic armor. Then in memories, he watched at first his wife die. Now he's watching his daughter die from the same cancer, which is pretty fucking brutal. And then and then you see them rationalize, and that's where Dylan tells her like, look, like, are you sure you're the good guy in this story? And he leaves, and we come back to the two guys fighting. And I'm gonna pull a page here. I do think these pages of them fighting are some of the coolest of the whole Rogue Sun series. Like, look at this. Like, guys, look at these like crazy structures. Look at this crazy land. Like, it's amazing.
And the towers represent the Rogue Suns, apparently, right? Like that's Caleb's tower.
Their legacy or whatever.
It's like when you boot up a PlayStation 2 and you can see what games you played the most.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Like the fire coming off his back, like he's standing there. Like, this is
badass.
This was a cool fight. I didn't think we were gonna get this quick. But yeah, it's nice to see Marcus back in action, kind of just like not holding any strings, like just letting loose and kind of just giving it all his all at Caleb, and Caleb kind of can't. He actually, I don't know. I'm kind of deciding, like, it does seem like Marcus is more powerful, but I think in this moment he just has more motivation around him. But
he's been on the sidelines. Now he finally gets to fight.
Caleb's the first Rogue Sun though, so like we do know he has like the most experience. I don't know. It was a good fight.
I saw a review on League of Comic Geeks like for this issue right after reading it. It was like, man, this is like one of the best comics coming out monthly period. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of agree. Yeah, like it's really fucking good. And like it's not getting enough love. So tell all your friends, guys. Tell them about Rogue Sun, goddammit. The first issue is free. Remember, like if you go to there's a free Image Comics link where you can read the entire first issue. So if you have any friends that you think might be into it, just send them the first issue.
Not to mention, it's better than if they read it online because Image can see that there are people like looking at it and see that there's interest just doing that. So do it that way if you're going to advertise the book to your friends.
Yeah, look at these designs. Look at these badass designs. But yeah, some sick stuff here where they're fighting inside the Sunstone. And we don't really know who's winning the fight as of right now. It just seems like they're both pretty equal.
Fairly.
Yeah, Marcus gets the freaking sword out, and that's where we kind of stop it for now. We bounce back to the company. we could see that there's a whole yacht, spoils of the rich, and the helicopter is pulling up. You can hear the CEO kind of yelling at the idiots basically, and that's when you see this epic image. One of my favorite images. Again, I gotta
Yeah.
pull it up. Of it's like a shark. It's like Jaws, right?
Yeah,
Shark
like
in the water,
doing
right?
the
Like
or like Jason Voorhees popping out, like from
yeah,
not to spoil
The
any
he
movie.
is
coloring
amazing.
using the pink, yeah,
Yeah,
is
it's so good, man. Like, look at the eyes, the shadow of the eyes, and the tiny bit of green. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
nah,
dope.
this was awesome. This is so good. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh shit, what's about to go down. So
yeah.
you see the shark coming for the bait.
But at
So
this
he's
point, I'm like,
going.
what's up with him? Because yeah, he just ate this like super crazy moth. Like what's he gonna do? I'm assuming
Yeah,
maybe he's gonna Hulk out or something. Like he's just gonna turn into like a big hulking Bane or something like
yeah.
that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And we get Brandon and Thomas, these random guys. I'm like, all right, where are we going here? And there's a reason that we just have these two guys because we got a reveal coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the review is boom, that the big boss behind this big, rich, evil company is in fact Juliet Bell, right? His name?
Yeah, right. That's
Juliet.
not the mom. The mom is
Juliet Bell? No, the Mark Gwen. Gwen
It
Bell.
is
there. We go. Yeah.
Juliet. Yeah. I don't know if her
Yeah.
last name's Bell or not.
Yeah.
So okay, my thought what just came to me is like, so maybe they've invested in other insurance companies because Rogue Sun knows that buildings are getting destroyed all the time, so he may as well invest in some insurance companies that actually they probably lose money if these buildings get destroyed, so it doesn't work. Whoops, I don't know. It's a cool thought though.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, did Mark? I'm assuming Marcus did know this, but I was kind of questioning it a little bit. I'm still not sure 100%. But I love this reveal. To be honest, like the whole series is there's kind of just been a like I wouldn't say yeah pretty like suspect moment she's had where I kind of just I don't know yeah just kind of makes me wonder her motivations or she had way more knowledge than I thought she was kind of letting on or was supposed to.
That
um,
image is legendary.
yeah, I know. Matt's still stuck. I was wondering if I was stuck or not. Yeah, yeah. Matt's stuck, but yeah, no.
Oh, it's so good.
This reveal was crazy. It was cool to see this. But yeah, do you think Marcus knew this in the first place? Like, did he know Juliet was into this?
Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe I really don't know. I really
It's
don't know.
yeah, it's tough, but it
It's
does
tough.
make
Yeah,
sense why they have
yeah,
so much money, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. It does. I feel
like
like he
the
has to. I feel like knowing Marcus, knowing how resourceful he is and how long he's been Rogue Sun, he has to some extent know about this whole like situation.
I think so too. I think so too. And yeah, maybe she doesn't have all malicious intent or she's doing this for some
Yeah.
other reason we don't know about. But yeah, no, still a cool reveal and just adds more layers on her character, which was already a good character, but didn't have much going on other than kind of just the mom, like the emotional support at home. Kind of thing. So yeah, this definitely evolves her character. Super cool, and yeah, it gets me excited just to see their reaction about this. And yeah, we're gonna see Ari maybe yeah probably come here and try to save her. I would assume next issue. But yeah, no, this was a cool way to leave off this issue going into the last issue of the arc next issue. So yeah, I really did love this. Did you see this coming at all, Bash?
No, not at all. Honestly, I had a feeling like something like a twist was coming, but I didn't think about this. And in hindsight, I felt kind of silly because I was like, "There's definitely been some crumbs that he laid," which made me appreciate the reveal even more. To be completely honest with you, so I thought that was even more effective. And I'm gonna go back and reread the arc and see like how is this gonna play out in in the long run, or were there even more than I initially thought that I didn't pick up on? So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to go back
there
and
was a few like yeah, just like she just knows so much more than she's letting on, and you could take that as like she has experience with Marcus.
hmm
Um, but yeah, at sometimes like I wasn't 100% sure. And actually, one thing that was interesting, and this could just be the dialogue, but at the end, she says, "Yeah, go right ahead." Like she's kind of threatening these guys to get their stuff done, and she says, "Go ahead. I've got all the time in the world," and time is bolded. Um, do you think she could be like immortal? Do you think? And then I was like, oh, could she be this that like bird villain or whatever, like the time dude?
Oh no, I don't think
But then I
she's.
was like,
Maybe
no,
she
that's
has.
too far.
Yeah,
That's too far. But yeah, no, I just thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, this made me just wonder more and more about her. But yeah,
I don't know about that.
that'd be hilarious. That'd be
She might have
hilarious.
magic, like access to magic or beings. Like I don't know if she has. Um, I feel like maybe she'll have connections, but I don't know if she has powers. It'd be
Okay.
interesting to see either way. But I will say, like, just looking at the cover for the next issue at the bottom, there, like 29, with like Marcus holding the sword and then he's fighting Caleb, and that's just such a great cover. I just think definitely this is one of the most underrated books. Like, if I had to make a list of like top 10 most underrated comics like out right now, I put Rogue Sun in one of the lists for sure. Like, it's just so good. So, definitely impressed with this issue. Again, really good stuff. Interesting penultimate issue for this arc. And 29, it is interesting that we're ending on 29, but they did say, they're doing 29, they're taking a couple months break, then coming back with a big 30th issue, and that the 30th issue was going to be another, like, I don't want to say the word gimmick, but it's going to be
Experimental.
another, yeah, it's going to be another experimental issue with issue 30. So, but the fact that even like a title like Rogue Sun is 30 issues in is huge. Like, let's keep this going. Let's keep it going as far as we can. Like, I love this book, and I'm just so happy that we're this deep in. And it just seems like we still have so much to go. Like I said, they previewed for fun, just for the joke of it, like cameoed, right? Even if it's just mentioned two villains, was Canvas and Mr. Handsome. So I just love what they're doing with this book, man. It feels so well lived in. It feels like there's so much to look forward to. It really feels like, and I don't mean to trivialize it, and I mean this in the most complimentary way. It feels like Buffy. It feels like Buffy in a lot of ways, where it's like you have this central, really cool character, you have a core cast around the character, and then you have like cool threats that are always different, but they have a similar sense of supernatural, that kind of stuff. So I think that's really cool, and I love that. I love that about, because I feel like this is kind of missing from comics right now. I feel like having a good supernatural superhero where it's actually more mainstream and in my opinion, like easy to be able to send to the mainstream and more relevant than like something that's more niche. I think this is
Yeah, because even something like Doom Academy or like Strange Academy, which I love, there's so many years of magic that you have to like that it's built on and stuff. So it's nice where it's something that's like, okay, you can get caught up in this in like a weekend, and kind of know
Yep.
all of the magic that every other reader knows in this universe, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Did we get your thoughts on the Juliet reveal, Matt?
Uh, basically, like I think that's interesting. How I don't want to repeat what any of you guys said while I was in the lag realm, but I think that it's a really cool element, and what you said was accurate about Juliet not getting a ton of development. She's just a lot of times she's been a caretaker and just been ahead of the estate and kind of like looking out for the kids. But this is a really cool element, and I think that they have to make their money somehow, right? Marcus is dead.
Yes.
And so you've got to find a way, and a lot of rich people just invest in oftentimes shady stuff.
Well, I
And
think
they've always been rich. They have that like
yeah,
old
because
money.
I
So
believe
Yeah, true.
Dylan or Marcus moved into her money, I believe,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some like Arkham,
Mhm.
like in the Gotham, you have like the Arkhams, and you have like the other families, like the Canes, and like
Yeah,
all those like
Falcons.
weird ass. Yeah, exactly. So like this reminds me of that, where it's like you have like these old rich ass families, but they might have like some weird ass,
Yeah,
they do some weird shit to make their money, or they come from weird shit. So it's like, yeah, that's what the impression I get is like, yeah, they now that with the Juliet reveal, it's like maybe their family has been into some. Maybe they're not even as innocent as the what's the werewolf family called?
Blood
Uh,
Moons.
the Blood Moons. Yeah, maybe they're not. Maybe like they're the Blood Moons, where they do some
Yeah,
shady shit to to get
Yeah.
their shit done. So
I'm thinking about the
yeah,
Guess Who game. It would be way easier. The Rogue Sun one versus Radiant Black would be like, does he have a helmet that
yeah,
lights
yeah,
up?
yeah,
Like it would be
yeah,
not
right,
throwing shade, but
yeah.
yeah, like, man, can you hear what Matt said on the podcast? He said the Guess Who would be harder for Radiant Black. Like that's
Does the villain have fur?
yeah,
No. Okay.
yeah. There
It's
goes the
like,
blood.
Yeah, so it's like exactly. So yeah, no, it'd be no. We'll get on to that. I'm excited. We still have to do Rogue Sun and Radiant Black trivia at some point. So
Yeah.
and with these new arcs, we have so much new stuff to cover. So I'm
I'm
like
excited.
genuinely
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
It'll be fun to get Ryan
Anyways,
back on to talk about this too.
yeah. Right after 29. So after issue 29, we'll get Ryan on the show. We'll talk about Rogue Sun.
Send
We'll
us some
talk about
questions. If you
yeah,
guys have
please.
questions for him, patrons will get first dibs on questions. But any other questions likely will get asked, especially if you get them in early.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that covers everything, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else anyone wants to add before we end it here?
I just want to say I'm throwing my first comedy show in a couple weeks, and not that anyone listening is in Halifax, but I'm really, really pumped about it. And just seeing like the Image Spirit, seeing what Kirkman and like especially like Kyle Higgins, what they do of like I'm gathering around people that I've met and I'm trying to throw on the best show possible and kind of not quite the Nick Fury situation, but it's really cool to just chase what you love. And there's no better time to do it than just do it. Even if you think you're not ready and you're nervous as hell, just fucking do it.
Love that. Yeah, good for you, man. That's awesome.
All right, guys. Now you know what to do. Go out there and do it.
2 weeks we got Radiant Black coming back, obviously, and we got Superman the next day.
Literally. I already booked my tickets. Fucking $50.
What a week.
Tickets. 2 IMAX tickets for $50, bro.
Yeah,
what is this shit, bro?
It's steep, but you gotta see it in IMAX. Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm going, bro. I'm already.
Good
even
stuff,
like I saw, they just showed the crypto plushie, and I got the crypto plushie as well. Dude, now I'm all in, bro. I even have my toy with me here and everything.
Oh yeah, the dog days of summer. Let's go.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. I'm all in the Superman, the summer of Superman, man. It's been I'm so hyped. Even they just sent me the early Superman 28 PDF to like the next issue where the Dark Legion is in there and everything. So I'm like,
hope's back on the menu. Let's go.
Exactly. So anyway, we'll see you in a couple of weeks on the Radiant Black podcast. Everyone, make sure you follow us on the Rogue Sun podcast. And thank you to everyone.
Do we have patrons to thank?
We do, but on the Radiant Black podcast, on the Rogue Sun podcast, we'll just say thank you to our translated over patrons. So thank you so much. I don't even know if we have the image here, but let me see.
It's all good, but either way, helps keep the lights on.
Yeah, thank you. Here it is. It's RBP coded, but it's okay. Thank you to Noah, Patrick, Joe, Jordan, Eric, and Cameron. We appreciate you guys. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks with the Radiant Black issue, the next issue of Radiant Black. We're very excited for that. And stay tuned for some other exciting announcements that we might have soon. Like I said, trivia and everything. We still have the hardcover to do the formal giveaway for, so we hit our goals. So that's exciting. Oh, and I heard, not to derail, but just real quick, I heard that the hardcover is sold out in a few places, not everywhere, but a few places. And I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard it's kind of close to a second print. That's really exciting.
Okay.
So
the scales, pick those up if you can.
Yeah, those hardcovers rule, man. I'm not even. Oh, and we did get the new. I want to tell you. The Simon and Schuster listings. Okay, the Simon and Schuster listings for Radiant Black Volume 8 are up, and Volume 8 contains issues 37 to 43. Okay, which is like we're not even close to there. And this was the solicit. Chicago continues to rebuild, and slowly but surely, Marshall Ward, the one and only Radiant Black, finds his place in it. But with Franklin group soldiers on every corner and their new state-sanctioned hero on the rise, does the city need Radiant Black anymore? Oh, man. Wow. State-sanctioned hero. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's cool.
That's a big one, guys. That's a big one. Something for everyone to think about until we see you guys on the next episode where we're going to be talking about Radiant Black. Anyways, until next time, everyone, go Rogue.